the benefit of fear. They tell us to trust our gut, and too often we do, by avoiding the environment that compels our gut to speak to us, whether it's the airplane, the reunion, or the stage. In the process, we stunt our potential, rob ourselves of experience, and delude ourselves into believing that the safe choice, the one that doesn't dry our mouths out or give us butterflies, is the right choice. Today, Christian will be delivering a speech from the Better Speaking series on controlling your fear.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, for that introduction. Fellow Toastmasters, today, as Paige said, my objective is to discuss fear, controlling fear, and to offer some techniques that might help you control it. But to control fear, we first need to understand fear. And the best place to start for that is Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld had a joke. The joke was about that factoid we've all heard a gazillion times, that people are more afraid of public speaking than they are of dying. That would mean, he said, that if you were at a funeral, you'd rather be the guy in the casket than the guy giving the eulogy. Pretty funny, but it didn't make much sense to him, and it doesn't make much sense to me, until I looked into that factoid. And there, amongst all the variations of it, I found a clue that might explain it. Yes, people were more afraid of public speaking than of dying. But it wasn't dying that they were necessarily afraid of. It was dying alone. Dying alone. Being alone in that most vulnerable hour. Alone is kind of how I'm feeling right now. You guys are all out there, you're in a group, you're looking at me, you're judging me, and my gut, crafted by 6 million years of evolution, is warning me that if I say something so stupid and offensive, you guys are going to reject me. Now I know this isn't really true, but 6 million years of evolution says it's true in my gut. Okay? In fact, there's an evolutionary biologist, his name is Dr. Glenn Cross, and he wrote this book called The Real Story of Risk. And he describes the connection between belonging and surviving. You see, way back in the Serengeti, when we were just humans amongst these big predators, we didn't have any tools to survive. The other animals were bigger, stronger, faster, more fierce. We were smaller, slower. We don't have claws. But what we did have was our wits, and we had each other. Connecting to the group, for humans, is surviving. And right now, I'm a little disconnected from the group. So my gut's telling me, you're not really surviving. You're endangering your survival. That's part of the reason speaking can be so scary. Now, this is also true with animals. There's a researcher from Purdue University, Dr. Kip Williams, who found that in the animal kingdom, animals will expel members of their groups that are problematic for whatever reason. And within a short period of time, they die. If you think you are separated from this evolutionary self, you're wrong. In 2017, it's just as true as it was 3 million years ago. In a meta-analysis of 148 studies, that's basically one big study of a lot of studies, researchers found that loneliness was as dangerous as cigarettes and alcohol, and more dangerous than obesity. In fact, it increased your risk of death by 50%. Why? Because loneliness puts you in a state of fight or flight. And when you're in a state of fight or flight, you've got adrenaline going, that increases inflammation, it reduces your immune system. People who are lonely experience more micro-awakenings at night. So they're like this. That's your evolutionary self. That's your gut telling you that there's nobody around to protect you in case a predator comes. So this fear emerges naturally when you come up in front of a group, when you have isolated yourself from the group. And it stunts our potential. It keeps us from signing our name in that little speaker slot. It says if we're not completely prepared for our speech, you know what? I'm going to pass on it this week and wait until I am really prepared. That's your gut talking. And my mantra is to ignore your gut. We got to get over this. And so today I'm going to share with you 4 techniques that might help. The first is to embrace the fear. Embrace the fear. Ignore the gut, but embrace the fear, and fear, complacency. Fear heightens your senses. It sharpens your mind. A little fear can make you a better version of yourself. It's true in athletics, and it's true in public speaking. I come from 2 decades of whitewater kayaking, where I've immersed myself intentionally in an environment of fear. And occasionally, I will see video of myself, and I will see a stroke that I made at just the right time that I had no idea I made. And it saved me. And the only way I can explain that stroke in all that whitewater as I'm plummeting down a waterfall is fear. Fear is what sharpens my senses. Complacency is what kills. Complacency is what swindles drivers into thinking that they can text on their phone while cruising 7 miles per hour over a mountain pass. Complacency is what convinces a favorite that their opponent doesn't even belong in the same arena. And complacency is what convinces a speaker who maybe has given 1,000 speeches that they really don't need to prepare for their speech. They don't need to think of any relevant stories, any relevant statistics. They don't need to plan out their points. They can just get up here and wing it. And complacency is what kills their audience. So if there's anything you should fear, it's complacency. And if there's anything you should embrace, it's fear. Because fear keeps you sharp. Now, of course, it's a little fear that keeps you sharp. Too much fear is debilitating. A little fear is exhilarating, right? We've all ridden roller coasters. We know that to be true. So how do you manage your fear? Well, that's step 2. Step 2 is to visualize. One of my best friends, his name was Theo Berman. And for a time, he was the best kayaker in the world, the most extreme kayaker in the world. He had 5 world records, one of which was to kayak down the tallest waterfall ever kayaked, 100-footer. And that also meant that he ran rapids that nobody had ever run before, which means he never had the benefit of watching somebody run these rapids. Now these rapids are heinous. When you look at them, you think there is no way through them. So the first thing you got to do is you got to scout it, of course. You got to know where the hazards are. You got to speculate what the consequences are. But Theo would also visualize himself. He would close his eyes, and he would take those paddle strokes through the rapid, moving his hips, swooping where he needed to, and he would do this over and over and over again until he was ready. And then he would run the rapid and crush it. Now, most of us aren't whitewater kayakers, but I'll bet you some of you have been to karaoke. Some of you have been to karaoke, and if you're anything like me, you're not the first one to hop up there on the karaoke stage and start singing. You wait. You wait until somebody goes up there and just absolutely fails. You want to see somebody fail. Like a virgin, touched for the very first time. Don't you feel better now? About going up and doing karaoke now? That's because you know what the consequences of failure are. And that's part of visualization. Understanding exactly what the consequences are. Because fear magnifies those consequences without specifically defining what they are. And that is one of the most paralyzing elements of fear. So understand what the consequences are. And you do that by visualization. Okay? The third technique is experience. When I first moved here to Kirtland, I, unbeknownst to me, inherited a backyard Class 5 kayak. It's called Road Canyon. It's 5 miles, Class 5 rapids, deep in a gorge, big, powerful rapids, with sharp rocks. It's a classic river, but I didn't like it because 10 years earlier, I had this terrible experience. I lost my boat, I had to climb the canyon wall. I didn't end up getting out until way past dark. So I wanted to stay away from it. But I realized I was squandering a really valuable asset. A really valuable asset. And so I knew I needed to learn to love this place. And the only way to learn to love it was to actually go in there and do it, no matter how scared I was. So I went in there every weekend, maybe twice a weekend, and paddled it, and paddled it, and paddled it. On some days I would get out and I would scout each rapid so I understood exactly where the problem spots were, exactly where the good spots were. And over time, I became so comfortable with it that I began competing in races down this river. And eventually, I would go out on solo lunch hour runs, all by myself, just me and the canyon. So I went from avoiding it altogether to going in there all by myself. And the only connection between the two was experience, forcing myself to do it. The fourth technique, the last technique, is what I call eyes on the prize. You've got to keep your eyes on the prize. In football, they teach you to follow the ball all the way to your hands. Don't look away, don't turn and run before you have that ball in your hands. In baseball, follow that ball all the way to the bat before swinging. And it's the same way in public speaking. Of course, in the public speaking realm, eyes on the prize means eye contact. When I'm avoiding eye contact with you, I'm essentially blind. I'm essentially trying to catch that football with my eyes closed, which I think is why when I'm reading a text, as I did last week in front of the group, I started to get really nervous. Because as I'm reading, I have no idea what you guys are thinking. I have no idea what you're doing. I'm in the dark. But when I make eye contact, when I make genuine eye contact, I'm getting feedback. I'm connecting to the group, which is the opposite of alienation. How many of you guys have ever taken that mind in the eyes test? It's a test that asks you to determine what the emotion is in a picture of a person's face that's cropped like this. All you can see is the eyes and brow and the top of the nose. Most Americans get 22 to 30 out of 36 of those right. In a glance. In a glance, which means just by looking at each of you, I can tell whether you're bored, whether you're intrigued, whether you're angry, whether you're about to fall asleep, and that's feedback. And feedback is part of connection. And connection is the opposite of alienation. But when I choose to just do the cliche eye contact, that is kind of like this, not really absorbing my audience, I'm unleashing 6 million years of evolution, 6 million years of primal fear upon myself. And really, it's as easy as keeping your eyes on the prize. So if you do that, and if you get experience, and if you visualize, I can guarantee you that your fear will no longer usurp your voice. Thank you.
Yeah.